أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم أفلم يسيروا في الأرض فتكون لهم قلوب يعقلون بها أو أذن يسمعون بها فإنها لا تعمى الأبصار ولكن تعمى القلوب التي في الصدور. Someone told me, a kid or a teacher, they said, you know, you can't do that, you're blind. And I didn't know what blind was. So when I went home, I asked my mom, so what's blind? And she said, you're not blind, you just can't see.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Peace, blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala be upon all of us. Ameen. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen wa salatu wa salamu ala rasulihim kareem amma ba'd. Today we have another exciting video for you. We have a inspirational brother here. His name is Abu Hafsa Abdul Malik Claire, who converted to Islam in 1996. He was sightless since he was born, and he is the first wrestler, sightless wrestler. So we're going to ask him a few questions. Inshallah, he will motivate us and give us inspirational answers.
Just to correct that, there's many sightless wrestlers, but I'm the first one that was accepted into pro school. So.
Oh, okay,
yeah,
okay, mashallah.
Just to correct that, because I don't want the blind people attacking me, man.
The first question I wanted to ask is, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, and Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam in hadith said, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves us so much. So the person asks, how does Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala portray this love to us? In which ways?
Oh man, like that's a question that requires a lecture. The fact that you are in your mom's stomach as a clot, as an alaqa, or a nutfa, or a mudgha, and nothing takes care of you except the one who put you there. And then you grow inside of your mom's stomach, and the only one to protect you is Allah. Because that barrier, if you know that that's not it's not like a cast iron steel place, it's a very soft place. Then you're born through a time of difficulty, where your mom, actually our Prophet ﷺ said that the graves of the mothers are open during childbirth. And you're born through a difficult process. And Allah still looks after you. Then you get raised up and you're like a little toddler running around your house and all this different stuff. And for some reason, toddlers never get hurt, do they? Like my mom used to tell me, God looks after babies and fools, right? And blind professional wrestlers. So those babies, they never really get hurt. I mean, they get banged up every now and then, and may Allah protect them all. But they don't really get hurt so badly. Some of them at least. So Allah protects them. Then you get into your school days and you do all the different stuff that you do. And you run through the yard and you drive your teachers crazy, and you decide to become a wrestler at 9, like I did. If you want to do that, or you play football or cricket or rugby or whatever, Allah still looks after you. And then you get bigger into high school, and still Allah looks after you through all your studies and all your things that you're doing. And all of a sudden in university, you decide that you don't need Him anymore. After all the things He did for you, you decide that you don't need Him anymore. So the whole purpose of this is to just wake people up to the one who created them, the one who gave them everything that they have, the one who protects them when no one else will, and the one who gives them true insight. Instead of eyesight, they have insight. Because some people see without vision and speak without knowledge and hear without listening. And we're just trying to wake the people up and try to just let them remember who put them here. Because if you treated Allah the way if Allah treated you the way you treat Him, you would have nothing. So how does Allah love us? MashaAllah. I think we just summed up some of the little ways that we can think of in our small imagination. But the fact that the earth stays in its place, and the fact that the sun doesn't crash down upon us, the fact that we can actually breathe automatically. There's so many ways, bro. Yeah, so that's to answer that in a long way.
So you talk to us about Allah's love towards us, and He's given us everything. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I guess He's given us Islam, a way. And so I just wanted to ask, what is so beautiful about Islam, and what is so beautiful about being a Muslim?
The fact that, and that's part of that is the biggest gift that we've been given. as people of faith, that we actually were selected by Allah to worship Him. We were selected, and Allah introduced Himself to us by giving us Islam. So He kept you safe inside of your mom. He kept you safe in your early years, your school years, your high school years, your university years. And then He decides to introduce Himself to you. And how does He do that? He doesn't come down and talk to you like that. He doesn't send you an email or a Facebook post. He gives you something that is the most incredible gift that anyone can give you. And that is, He teaches you how to worship. He teaches you how to behave towards others. He called that a way of life. And that way of life is called Islam. And that's what He's given us. So the fact that Allah never makes mistakes, would you agree?
Yeah.
Allah never, yeah, you're my brother. I love my Desi brothers, man, but I don't speak Urdu, so let's keep it simple, right? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't ever make mistakes. So when Allah chooses you to be Muslim, whether you're practicing or not, whatever level you may be, He still chose you, and He never makes mistakes. So, Allah says, قُلْ يَا عِبَادِيَ الَّذِينَ أَسْرَفُوا أَنفُسِهِمْ. Say to my servants who have wronged themselves, لَا نَخْتُمْ, I don't know, to never despair of the mercy of Allah. To never ever despair of the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So whether you're practicing, whether you're not, whether you're trying to, whether you keep making mistakes daily, nightly, weekly, monthly, or yearly, you can always start fresh, inshallah. You can always start fresh, and you can always start by acknowledging the fact that Allah never makes mistakes, and that makes you priceless. And like that makes you, doesn't that make you priceless? Seriously, man, seriously, mashallah. So when you realize that in the sight of Allah you are priceless, then you start worshiping Him, hopefully, as He deserves to be worshipped, and to never despair His mercy. So even when you make a mistake, I mean, we have to acknowledge that He will punish you. But the mercy overshadows the punishment. So don't play. I mean, some people will just play and say, well, Allah Ghafur Rahim, so they do whatever they want. That's not what I'm saying at all. Allah is also Shadidul Iqab, severe at punishment as well. But know that the mercy overshadows the punishment. And if you're sincere, then your forgiveness hopefully will be with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Jazakallah, brother.
Yeah, brother. And if anyone wants to get in touch with me, you can leave my email address. It's Malik, MALIK 902 at hotmail.com.
Oh, and also, if anybody wanted to get a hold of your CD, where could they get it online?
It's not online.
Okay.
Not yet, anyways. My brothers have it, so it's probably gonna end up on uTorrent or something, but it's not up there as yet. You can go to my website though for more lectures that are not on the CD, which is abdulmalicclear.com. You can put that up there too.
Okay, inshallah.
Right?
Jazakallah, brother, that was beautiful. So what we get from that, what I've got from that is, in my deepest hours when no one is around me and I feel down and don't know what to do, when life is just bearing its weight down onto me, I know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is there. Despite my sins, He's still there. He's helping me and He will help me. I just have to ask, and I have to acknowledge that He is there and know. And us being Muslims, inshallah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has bestowed us such a great blessings, like the way we would grab hold of our sight or grab hold of our ability to walk. This is how we should grab hold onto Islam, because Islam is more priceless than our sight, more priceless than the ability to walk. So may Allah Ta'ala give us the tawfiq to act upon whatever has been said. Keep here whatever you don't feel is good, and take away whatever you feel that is good for you. Ameen wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. هو الله الذي لا إله إلا هو عالم الغيب والشهادة هو الرحمن الرحيم. هو الله الذي لا إله إلا هو الملك القدوس السلام المؤمن المهيمن العزيز الجبار المتكبر سبحان الله عما يشركون. هو الله الخالق البارئ المصور له الأسماء الحسنى يسبح له ما في السماوات والأرض وهو العزيز الحكيم.